Accountability means owning up to what you did, what you said, and what made people mad at you. Apologizing is a different story. Yo, welcome to the Not Holding Back. We are talking about Joey Swoll. You know Joey Swoll. He's the big buff dude that always makes those videos that are like, do better. Now Joey Swoll is getting fucked in the ass. Now we can curse on YouTube in the first 1 minute of the first few seconds of the video. Joey Swoll is getting fucked up. And the only reason he's getting fucked up is because he supported Hulk Hogan. He dropped some imagery.
The internet to give their thoughts, opinions, and views on it. And very few gave their condolences. One of those few was gym cop Joey Swoll, and his tribute to Hulk Hogan did not go the best. Joey Swoll rose to internet ranks for being what people call a gym cop. You know, he looks at gym videos that he gets on the internet sent to him or that he discovers and gives criticisms and you know, critiques about people that do these certain things.
Of all the videos I do, the ones that piss me off the most are seeing people disrespect the custodians and janitors in the gym. I can't stand when someone thinks that just because someone is cleaning that you are better than them and you can treat them this way.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I have got a doozy of an update from the video last night where this woman gets upset with another woman, calls her a Karen, all because she asks her politely not to film her in the gym. Now, was she accountable, realizing that what she did was wrong? And if somebody asks you not to film them, you should respect that.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Instead, she sent me a cease and desist and threatened to sue me.
Most people love and respect Joey Swoll for a plethora of reasons, but mostly because he is holding people accountable for their actions. You know, the word that the internet loves to just throw around left, right, and sideways. Sure. A lot of the content is good-hearted in nature. I mean, there are people who are self-centered and, you know, are egotistical. They go to the gym and they have different complaints, etc., etc. So Joey Swoll just calls them out. But the key thing here is that he is supposed to be Mr. Accountable for your actions, which brings us to the reason why everybody's calling him a hypocrite and a loser on the internet: Hulk Hogan's death and his actions while he was living.
Thanks to Omar for dragging things out. I'm gonna actually just put this into perspective. We have two YouTubers that have talked about this. We have Omar and we have Inferno Omni, and I'm gonna use as many clips as possible, but I will leave the rest of this off and probably make this as short as possible because I don't like racism. If you haven't noticed by the hair and the skin color, I'm black. And listen, I get it. I say nigga a lot, right? Nigga, whatever the fuck. You can say, well, that's just terrible. That's fine, right? Black people have been trying to take the N-word back like gay people take back the F slur. Joey Swoll's, and this is what he said, they got a lot of people up in a tizzy. And then he actually did come out and apologize, which a lot of people did not like that. So let's hear what Joey has to say, because this is going to be funny.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did. And he said something 20 years ago and apologized. What
the fuck you mean you don't know what he did, stupid? This is the problem I have with, with motherfuckers defending niggas. Especially when they dead, right? Listen, I don't like to talk bad about the dead because they're not here to defend themselves. And nobody was talking about Hulk Hogan in the first place. And last time I checked, he died on the anniversary when he said all that terrible shit, which is some level of fucking karma that they were like, listen, 2015, you at 2025. You think you gonna get to another, you gonna get to 2035, nigga? Get the fuck out of it. Life dragged Hulk Hogan out of here, right? And it did that because Hulk Hogan didn't keep up his heart health, whatever. Who knows what happened, right? Just being a fan of a wrestler and you saying some shit like this, you don't know what said person did. Now, somewhere in this, I will talk about the separation of between a person's art and the artist, right? Terry Bollea was a racist asshole. Hulk Hogan was a character. We'll get more into that later. But Joey, you're dumb.
For it. If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority.
No!
Went and posted him as well.
Whoa.
Okay, the man colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well.
Okay, the man was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God. People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life. So
Colored. Colored athletes? No. Where's the clip, bro?
Let's go.
Oh man.
He was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God.
This nigga said colored athletes. Do you know, bro, you don't, oh my God. For some of you that don't know, the word colored has been used for like race, for like white people. That colored fella over there, basically, you want to say nigga or black person, just say black person. This a black athlete just spoke out about this. That's fine. People will be like, well, that's racist. I'm like, that's actually pretty fine. I'm okay with that. But holy shit here. Stupid motherfucker.
People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life. So listen.
Joey using the word color is colored person is probably gonna get him slighted. It did. It came back and it shot him in the foot because he was a fucking idiot and he should have watched what he was saying. Because I don't know how old is Joey Swoll? 45. He's out here at 45 years old packing on stupid. Listen, I am 32. Solid, complete, grown-ass man, right? I got a life. I do YouTube as one day to be a side hustle, something to build up and become better. But when you're and I'm always on the internet. So when you're always on the internet, you know about the history of the internet. I've been on the internet since I got out of high school around 2012. So the Hulk Hogan shit happened in 2015 and I was working at that time too. And I was like, damn, Hulk Hogan, you fucking stupid ass motherfucker. But the stupidest to say out your mouth is, I don't know what this nigga did, and colored athlete. Oh, now I know people use the word people of color or POC or BIPOC. Just say black. Just say black. Just say black. Please don't use people of color. I am not a fucking crayon. Do not use colored person. Person of color. Please don't. Just say black person. Just say that, please. I'm sick and tired of the fucking, it's like when someone calls me sis. I'm like, nigga, I don't have a bump on me. No, like, straight person. Just say straight. You're trying to create new languages, and they're so terrible. Just terrible. But let's continue.
You see me supporting racism. I've literally done videos against racism.
Okay.
I bought a black girl a gym membership. That was
I brought a black girl gym membership. It's kind of like saying, my black friend, my black friend. I'm just having fun with my black friend. This, Jesus Christ.
being discriminated against at the gym. People are attacked. This is the internet, guys. People only love you until they can find something to try and tear you down about.
I agree with that, right? I agree with that. A friend of mine's made a mistake. Everybody knows the cosplayer D. Pitty, right? He did something pretty stupid. But at the same time, I didn't think the black community would come to I warned the nigga, hey, this looks bad. And he was like, oh man, I got from other people that it was okay. I was like, listen, I warned you. I'm just letting you know this looks bad. And man, it's okay. I'm like, ooh. And then he got fucked. Everybody knows what happened to D. Pitty, right? Cosplayer, breakdancer D. Pitty out here fucking known as Deadpool, went to a hentai convention and was dressed up as Diddy. And, Diddy, the jokes that were coming out about Diddy, the baby oil, the freak offs, and another cosplayer named, what the fuck was his name? Whole Wheat Pete, stupid ass nigga, came out of nowhere and was dressed as Justin Bieber. I think they were just trying to do a skit, have some fun. Made a couple of skits at the convention. They were doing a lot of stuff and it blew up in their faces. And I fucking told my bro, I said, this looks bad, but if you okay with this, fine. And it was out of fun, but I let him know, like, this might not be I said the mask. I said the mask. Like, yo, the mask might make you look bad. Like, you might want to, I didn't say delete. I said you might want to do some damage control on this real quick. But he put in the comment section under Joey Swoll's apology, which we're going to get to, is he was also hit by the hate as well, which he did lose a sponsorship or two, and things did fall, not in place, but but he's still going to conventions and making content. I think when it comes to being defeated by the mob or the hate. Yes, people love you. People love what you do for them, what you can do for them, and then they hate you when you don't have a level of a fucking awareness. And that's fine, right? People might say, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to add commentary to the conversation is, yes, people are going to judge you, which is a fact. But also Joey here is like 5 levels. Damn, nigga, you that dumb? Like, are you just a gym bro? Like, yes, things that happen in the gym, he's a good conversationalist on doing better for gym and gym attire. This is why he never speaks on, obviously, political shit, because he doesn't know that. He doesn't speak on anything else because he doesn't know that. He's not, I can't say he's intelligent, but he's a gym bro. His level of what the fuck his knowledge is on is going to be base level. That's why his base conversations are people acting like jackasses at the gym and correcting that jackass behavior, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The gym is supposed to be a safe place. I don't want to turn my neck and a girl thinks, you were looking at my ass. And I was like, no, bitch, I was looking behind me. Fuck you. I'm the type of person to just speak up on the internet and in general. But for this man, it's like, I get it. He said some shit. He sided with Hulk Hogan. But you got to understand, it's not the way, oh, Hulk Hogan apologized. It's the way Hulk Hogan lost everything. He lost everything. And now Joey here, he's not going to lose everything, but he's going to take some accountability for his actions, which I hope he does.
And that's okay. Who is posting about the fact that I said, I didn't mean anything bad by saying colored. I didn't mean anything bad by that. So if that was wrong, I apologize. Somebody already educated me on that. But if that's what you want to be upset with me about, I don't know what you want me to say. I didn't mean anything by it. There was nothing racist about that. Wow, I said that. Good for you. People of... So wait, so it's okay to say person... Because somebody earlier that was a minority was saying person of color. So it's okay to say person of color?
Yes. It's very weird. Yes, it's okay to say person of color. But if you want to be specific, just say black person. Or a black person. Person of color, it just sounds like a crayon. Be real with you, but it's broad spectrum because you don't know who you're talking about. You can say, oh, this person of color, right? But that is Indian, Asian, anybody else who's a person of color, right? Because there are other colors. Yes, that is a proper way to say it, I guess.
Talk. How about have a conversation with me?
At least he's open to combos. Now, as we're going to move forward, this situation began to spiral into a different situation. Now, we're going to full on hit Omni on his commentary. Here's that clip.
Was living.
Hulk Hogan's death gets even crazier when you realize he passed away today, which is the 10-year anniversary when he made those racist remarks. On July 24, 2015, that's when the New York Times made the article of him apologizing for his comment. And during this time, this is when he lost his WWE contract. That's when he lost the Legends deal. WWE had kind of put him on the blacklisted block list. Now, of course, over the years, WWE was trying to mend that relationship, but it just never really hit the same. And, you know, if you're not a wrestling fan, you probably don't know this, but on Hulk Hogan's last appearance in the WWE, which was actually this year, not too long ago, he was booed.
Back in 2012, there was a tape featuring Hulk Hogan that was captured in 2007, which featured him saying a bunch of slurs, a bunch of racial epithets, just some of the most vile things about black people. And granted, this tape should not have gotten leaked, so, you know, we shouldn't have seen the Hulkamania running wild on any woman. But the thing that a lot of the community took away from it at large was that, man, Hulk Hogan is a racist. By the way, I'm going to mention more racial incidents featuring Hulk Hogan, and I'm going to say that he used the N-word. But I don't want people to think that he used the word ending in A. I'm black, I can say it. He didn't say the word nigga.
I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga.
He used the ER, you know, the strong ER. What he said was something along the lines of, I mean, I'd rather if she was going to fuck some N-word, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot-tall N-word worth $100 million. Like a basketball player. I guess we're all a little fucking racist. Fucking N-word. No, that's not me putting any sauce on it. That's actually what Hulk Hogan said. Now, when that incident happened, the WWE scrubbed every reference of Hulk Hogan. His career was marred. And again, I wish that was the only one, but there was more. There was also some 2008 comments from a call between Hulk Hogan and his son Nick, where he was serving time for a car crash that left his friend permanently permanently disabled. In that phone call, Hulk Hogan used the N-word more and more stereotypical words about other races. He'd apologized for those incidents and said that he's not racist, it's just that he's a product of his environment. And there's a lot of stories and details about other things that Hulk Hogan has done in his past that were also racial or also lacking empathy or also just showing how he was a dickhead.
Sucks to suck, but I think one of the drawbacks of being a judge on the internet is that eventually people start rooting for your downfall so they can, you know, judge you back. It's a tale as old as time, and honestly, it's one of the reasons why I do my best not to get too judgmental myself. There's that saying about stones, glass houses, like you shouldn't toss stones if you live in a glass house type situation, and I believe that we all have glass houses. Every single one of us has got some skeletons in the closet, so that's just my personal belief. Potentially unpopular opinion, but I think Joey Swoll, the character, has been extremely net positive for the internet. Most of the people he's called out, they did actually suck, okay? They were mocking innocent bystanders, they were harassing strangers, or trying to spark some kind of gender war for clout, okay? They definitely deserve the criticism. That said, I did kind of cringe a little bit at the end of his videos when he said, like, do better. I think it might be just a me thing. I think it's the statement itself, okay? It feels like when people say that, they're kind of morally punching down, coming from a holier-than-thou place, grandstanding, if you will, which sometimes makes it feel like it's less about helping people and more about projecting your ideals. I didn't get that vibe with Joey though, because again, I think he was calling out actual scumbag.
Here we have the full apology from Joey Swoll. Yeah, brother. Let's get it.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume
That was a gift
on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that
He's reading something. Bitch, you reading something? Now, it's not bad to have a script or have something that you're like on hand to get your thoughts down, right? He could have a sheet of paper. He had to jot his thoughts down. He had to really get this right and really say what he believed, because he probably is like, I'm not a fucking racist. Like, I don't side with the KKK. And everybody's like, you know who he voted for? I don't personally care, right? Because Donald Trump ain't doing shit for the country now either. We'll get to a mid-news one day. Let's put it into perspective for the most part with life. Joey Swoll's has this written down apology because the audience isn't liking. Every time he looks down here to his right, that's his right side. He looks down to his right, he automatically is reading something. He's doing this more than once. I'm looking at his eyes and I can see him already go bam, bam, bam. He's done it. And they were only like 26 seconds. Like, come on, bro.
I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with.
There it is. Yo, bro. You know, if I did something really, really wrong, I will apologize for it. That's my statement. If I did something wrong, I'm going to apologize and say, yeah, look, I fucked up. That was my fault. That's on me. Right? If I did something wrong, I would apologize. If I didn't do shit, you ain't getting an apology. I'm not saying sorry. I'm not even going to give you a sorry. I'm going to be like, no, I ain't do nothing. Bye. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to exit because I'm not going to apologize because I know I ain't do nothing wrong. But the moment he did do something wrong, he sided with a racist, even if he didn't realize he was a racist, and he used the word people. He used the word colored. Colored person. Oh, not people of color, but I get it. Yo, writing this script down must have hurt.
That made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that that man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on holding people accountable and doing better. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't hold myself to the same standards. I am human, I am still growing, I am still learning, and I promise all of you, I will do better. I have nothing but love and kindness in my heart. I will continue to try to make the world a better place. And once again, to everybody, I apologize.
I'm going to put it to you like this, and maybe put it to anyone that can understand this, right? Either if you accept this apology or don't accept this apology, even an actor ended up doing the same thing. Hulk Hogan situation. And I'm going to put it to you like this, my brother. Hulk Hogan, the character, the fictional person that WWE created or Terry Bollea created, was fiction. Didn't exist. Wrestling is usually fake. The slams are real. The injuries are real. And sometimes the motherfuckers get put in the hospital. What these characters meant to us as kids, meant to me, meant to anybody, is a long time coming for that realization of who's behind the mask. We don't know. We didn't know Terry Bollea as people. But besides who we didn't know is the fact that, like, behind the scenes, you was a jackass. The Iron Sheik had nothing good to say about Hulk Hogan when he was alive. That tells you something, because he was a dickhead in real life. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there is a separation between the art and the artist, Omni talks about that. Here's this clip.
But yeah, as for his support with Hulk Hogan, I'll keep it simple. I think the real debate is whether you can respect Hulk Hogan's legacy while acknowledging Terry Bollea, I think that's his name, Bollea, let's just call it what it is, his pretty messed up racist rants and views on black people. People have argued about separating the art from the artist for decades, and they'll keep arguing about it for decades more. But personally, all right, and this one's gonna rustle little jimmies, okay? I think that we can do both. Hulk Hogan, the wrestling icon, pretty dope, pretty cool. You know, what he stood for and what he did and how he made you feel, I think pretty awesome, okay? Terry Bollea, however, the man, not so much, okay? Dude seems like he might have been devious and kind of just did not like black people, and we don't really support that here. I'm the only one that's allowed to be racist on the internet. As of right now, and I think my stance is that I believe you can kind of honor the symbol someone represented to you without excusing the person behind it. Someone can inspire you to kind of like work harder or grow or change your life in a positive way, and it doesn't automatically disappear just because later you find out they were secretly Frieza the whole time.
As once again, Omni talked about the art towards the artist, here is my biggest thing. Michael Jackson was acquitted of all of the things that happened with that little boy and the Neverland, right? Michael Jackson was seen as crazy, weird, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And Michael Jackson also rose to fame. Kanye West is out here saying, "Hail fucking Hitler," and making music from that shit, and 100%, I don't like that. You're making black people look so bad, and Hitler is not a representation of anything but a monster. And the fact that he had a song saying "Heil Hitler," I don't like Kanye West. And the fact that people can sit there and be like, "Oh, it's just music." No, the fuck it's not. And the longer and more harder we think about this is the fact we let shit slide with racism. I'm not letting it slide. Swoll's apologizing and people saying, "Well, you didn't do anything wrong." My biggest problem with that statement is the nigga did. He did. He did do something wrong. Yes, he did. He didn't check his words. He didn't know Hulk Hogan's history. Besides, I don't want to play "you didn't know." It's a fucking Google search away. Play ignorant? Fine. You want to claim ignorance? That's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck. I don't. But if we're going to sit here and let a grown-ass man who is the definition of held people accountable and do better, he should have done better. He should have been on his fucking P's and Q's. Hulk Hogan sent me a costume. Hulk Hogan was a fucking racist. No, Hulk Hogan was a character. Terry Bollea was a fucking racist. And that motherfucker was a dickhead. Hulk Hogan is an icon, a legend, a character that will forever be played in WWE. And a lot of people, even in this motherfucker's comment section, was like, Hulk Hogan did nothing wrong. You know what? I'm going to show the Inside Edition video right here.
What went through your mind when you first heard there was a sex tape out? I mean, you used the N-word in this sex tape, and referring to Brooke's boyfriend at the time. What goes through your head to say, I will still fight, even if that comes out? Because that was the nuclear bomb, right?
Yeah, it was. When I knew that was coming out, all the lawyers said, if you want to stop, you can stop. You don't have to go forward. There's a huge amount of money being offered. This will never see the light of day. I went, I can't do that.
Why?
Because I'm not that guy. I have to be able to look at myself in the mirror every day. I have to be accountable. I have to be able to live with myself. And what's so cool about it is it did really wake me up. It really slapped me and woke me up. And it made me realize how powerful words are. For the people that know me and love me, they know who I am. You know, they know I'm not a racist, you know, but I understand that people that didn't know me judge me just from those words. That's all they had.
If this tape wasn't leaked, and suppose there was no Gawker trial, do you think you'd be using that word today when you got angry?
No.
Why?
No. I've tried to clean up my whole life. You know, I made a whole switch, almost a shift from, you know, being negative or fighting, scratching and clawing as I work hard and I move forward, you know, that I'm in check with myself. So all this stuff comes back around. You have to be what you say you are.
How do you think the black community views you right now?
What's so crazy is the black community has never backed away from me. As far as, you know, the black community and using the word, it's not part of who I am now. You know, it's not part of my language because I understand how powerful words are. You know, growing up in South Tampa, where we came from, it was a situation where you played baseball and basketball and ran around in South Tampa. It was just common knowledge 45, 50 years ago, but it's not that way anymore.
One of the things that did happen was that the WWE broke ties with you. Did you expect that was going to happen?
No, I didn't. When I heard this was going to happen, I called them on a Thursday or Friday, and I said, there's a chance that this verbiage may come out. As I hung up the phone that night, they fired me at 5 in the morning. And it really caught me off guard. I didn't expect it because the WWE knows who I am. I'm not that person. That's not who I am and not what I do.
So why do you think they did it?
I think they did what was best for business. They were worried about losing sponsors and network support. I expected something different.
Is that the most painful thing in terms of the fallout?
It was tough. It was tough. You know, it hit me hard. You know, I've been through a lot of highs and lows. When you look at a 40-year career, just gone.
Now the time has passed, do you think they'll ever ask you to come back?
I'm not sure.
The entire video, everybody was like, oh, Hulk Hogan was sorry. Like, that nigga didn't look sorry. He's sorry he got caught. He's sorry that everybody blew up his spot. He's sorry the same way bro here is sorry because they fucking with my money. I'll play that Omni clip because that shit was funny at the end of this video. He's like, God damn these monkeys. Main concern and main problem is a lot of people taking Joey Swoll's side don't understand what accountability and action is. Apologizing is bending the knee, but he did do something wrong. Even if it's not to the extent of what you think it is, he should have the foresight to say, oh, you know what? I kind of fucked up there, which he does. Regardless of if it's written down, the foresight is look past your mistakes. Like, oh, you know what? I should have did a little more research on who I was worshiping and praising and dick sucking. Regardless, the fact that bro was nom nom nom. But that's not all that is, right? I'm not saying that Terry Bollea, like separating an artist from the creation is understandable, but also being a fan of something and worshiping it or loving it without anything, because the word fan means from that fanatic. You're a fanatic. You are drive crazy. Like stans, like are real people hunting down people. Kai Cenat talked about somebody breaking into his fucking crib. Here's that clip real quick.
He did. Word of my mother, chat. Like a long time ago. This is probably about a year ago. I was asleep. Gang, I woke up to somebody in my fucking room, gang. Yo, gang, I kid you not. I never told y'all this. Chat, I never told y'all this. Imagine you sleep, gang. I woke up to a nigga looking over me saying, Kai, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Word of my mother, I almost clapped him. But God was with me, nigga. Yo, bro, some little, bro, the nigga probably like 17, gang. Gang, this nigga had Arizona, grapes, strawberry shortcake, Capri Sun in a bag. He said, bro, this is all your favorite thing. I came to deliver this for you, bro. Chat, I really woke up to somebody in my room, gang. I said, bro, who? I woke up, I jumped up, I said, I'm looking around, grabbed my gun, I said, who you? Then I thought it was a prank. I thought it was a fucking prank. That's, gang, that's really, chat, that's really why, you feel me? But bro, I thought it was a prank. I never told y'all this. This is before, listen, this is before we had like security heavy. Like security heavy. After that situation, we never, like, security been so heavy. No, chat, this is before we had security. I never told y'all this, gang. Like, dead ass, bro. That shit's scary, bro. Like, that shit's scary, bro.
Imagine waking up and having someone break into your crib who's a fan of him. And Kai said it, I could have caught a body that day. He was gonna shoot the motherfucker. I can never imagine having stans or supporters that love me that much that they like on my ass. I can never have that because it doesn't exist in my world. And I don't think people like that exist. I think that they pushed boundaries and they want to get close to a person that they identify so much with. Joey Swoll identified with who Hulk Hogan the character was. He didn't know Terry Bollea. And that's fine. That's okay. I really do believe that is okay. You loved the character. You didn't know the man. And 9 times out of 10, with a lot of our favorite actors, voice actors, characters, we don't know them. The whole Vic Mignogna situation, right? Vic Mignogna looked like a creep to everybody else around him. But a lot of other people are like, I think these are mistakes and situations that are kind of blown out of proportion. And if he is this bad of a person, y'all should have spoke up a long time ago and not now. What makes then and now any different is because the internet is more wild and because his name got brought back up in the movie for Dragon Ball Super Broly. So let's be honest and be real here is we don't know people. And assumptions get us all jacked up. And I'm saying that more and more often. We don't know people. Assumptions get us fucked up. Like my boy D Pitty, right? A friend of mine's got held by his fucking ankles on some shit that I kind of warned him about. But in reality, he related to... I love, bro, how he related himself to Joey Swoll's here. Bro and Joey Swoll's did 2 different things. Joey Swoll's kind of wild in here. But my bro kind of fucked up on his end. But that's the same thing is people held both of them accountable for their actions. And one of them was like, I'm going to still leave this up for my lessons to be learned, for people not to make my mistakes. And Joey Swoll's wrote down an apology, understood where he was wrong, and said, I will do better. And that's the biggest part about this giant conversation is, can a person do better? Do we keep looking towards other people to respectfully idolize? Are we fanatics the same way Joey Swoll was blindly not knowing who Terry Bollea was, but he loved Hulk Hogan, not realizing the both are not the same? And that's the biggest misconception when it comes to just being a part of a fandom, loving characters, creations, creators, and praising that. That means you've gone too deep into the mud. But let me know what you think about this conversation, this situation, and everything revolving around it. This Not Holding Back is something a little more different. We're just adding something to the conversation that you probably heard already. It's nothing new. It's nothing magical. And if you made it to the end of the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified. And thank you for watching. So, do you like Joey Swoll's apology? If so, let it be heard in the comments below. If you didn't like it, let it be heard. What wrestler do you love that you think about and that you want to like, I want to meet that person one day and just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And do you think Do you know how to separate the character from the person playing it? Because if you can't separate the art from the artist, we have a whole problem. But a lot of times people will put them together. And I do think sometimes they're the same person. Other times, completely two different things. Kanye West and his art, yeah, I'm really going to be real. Some Kanye's music hits and some of it doesn't. But that's just me, is what I think. Let me know what you think, once again, in the comments below. This is Not Holding Back. We out. Peace.
God damn these monkeys messing with my freaking income, okay? It was a mistake. Yeah, I'm racist. We're all a little bit racist, okay? Just admit it, you monkeys.
Shit.
Getting on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill.
Where's the last
Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't
Yeah,
talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All the niggas falling like autumn, nigga. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.